So hello students, welcome to CGB Mentors platform. So today we have with us Rohith Ganga, who has cleared NABARD Grade A examination. So Rohith, many congratulations on this great achievement. How are you feeling right now?
Relieved and happy, ma'am.
Okay, so Rohith, could you please give us a brief introduction, including your education background and including which attempt this year was for NABARD?
Yes, ma'am. So I had graduated in 2016 in BTech in Electronics and Communication, and after that I went to Canada to pursue my education. So I was there in Canada for around 6 years, both education and as work experience as software developer. After that, I had returned to India in January 2023, and I decided to prepare for regulatory bodies. So primarily, I had been targeting RBI and NABARD. So that's how my journey has started, ma'am. So in the past 2 years, I've been preparing for competitive exams.
Okay, so Rohit, just tell me one thing. How did you come across regulatory body examination? Because I have seen many of the aspirants are not aware of regulatory body examination. And one more thing, what was your motivation when like coming back to India? Like you were living the lives that many people want, right? So what was the
Yes,
motivation behind your like choosing regulatory body examination and then coming back to India?
yes, ma'am. I was comfortable in Canada, but I was a little unhappy. Some dissatisfaction I could feel. So I decided to come back to India, ma'am. That's where.
Okay.
So I was missing my family. I was missing the country too. So I decided to come back. Then I was exploring the options. That's when I had found out that regulatory bodies are very good jobs, which has job stability as well as the work profile is really good. So that's how. Otherwise, in 2016, back in 2016, I've never heard about these regulatory bodies. I only heard about UPSC. So that's where in 2023 I came to know about this. 2022 ending. So that's where I started.
Okay. So just you have mentioned that you were preparing for RBI and NABARD also, right?
Yes.
So how was your journey with the RBI exam?
Yes, ma'am. So couple of attempts. So I missed the prelims, reasoning sectional cutoff by 0.25 once and by less than mark in the second attempt.
Okay.
So I couldn't clear the prelims itself in both the attempts. Um, yeah.
And so finally you cleared NABARD grade examination.
Yes, yes, ma'am. This is my second attempt in NABARD. So I had cleared prelims in the first attempt, and I
Okay.
missed the mains cutoff by around 2 marks in the first attempt. I couldn't clear the mains by 2 marks, so
Okay.
I decided to give it more effort. So this time I could clear it.
What things you changed in this particular attempt that made you to clear NABARD grade examination? What were the
Y-
mistakes that you did in the previous mistake and that you have rectified? So
Yes,
please
ma'am.
share your experience with your mistakes and how you learned from those mistakes.
Yes. So my first attempt was in 2023, both RBI and NABARD. So
Okay.
I wouldn't be too harsh on me because I had to start everything from the scratch because I never had a competitive exposure, and I finished my education like 6 years, almost around 7 years back, I would say 2016. So I was building my building my preparation at that point of time. So in competitive exam preparation, I would say what not to do is very important. That's very important, I would say, more than what you do. What not to do is very important. So in that case, I found CGB Mentors. The platform is very relevant, I would say, for regulatory bodies. Both the faculty as well as the content that the CGB Mentors provide. it's like top notch, I would say. Today I'm sitting here. My ACE platform, I would say. I would that most trusted platform, I would say, for me is CGB Mentors. So I'm happy because they provide relevant content as well as that's what is required, I would say. So
Okay. Chaliye, thank you so much, Rohit, for your kind words. And Chaliye, let's start with your preparation strategy. So let's talk about phase one first. As we all know that in phase one, we have two sections, non-merit section and merit section, right? So first we will talk about non-merit section. Non-merit section mein quant reasoning English is something like which is doable. But what about computer and decision making? We have seen many of the aspirants are not able to clear the sectional of computer and decision making only. So how did you manage these two sections?
yes, ma'am. Actually, I learned a harsh lesson that from RBI, that any section we cannot ignore, even if it is a qualifying nature. It can pull us out, even if we have the merit section, even if we can score 60 out of 100.
Hmm.
It eventually doesn't. It's not going to matter if we are not going to clear the qualifying section itself. So every section is very important to us. So particularly the decision making and computer, where many people would not clear the sectional cutoff, even with a good merit section over there. So my emphasis was also on decision making as well. So I had watched YouTube videos on various platforms regarding the decision making as well as the computer as well. So yes. So I laid due emphasis on these two sections as well. QRE is relatively easier, so we are good with that.
Okay, so for basically for computer and decision making, you followed free YouTube videos that is
Yes,
available freely, right?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
so let's talk about the merit section. Now, in merit section, we have ARD, we have ESI, and we have general awareness. And in general awareness, this year, everyone knows that questions were from the RBI circulars as well, right? So GA was pretty difficult. How did you
Yes.
manage the GA section? And how did you prepare for the ARD and ESI section?
Yes, ma'am. So general awareness, it's enlightening to all of us that in every year, in each passing year, there is a surprising element that the examiners are going to bring out.
Yes,
So 2023 is different to 2024, and 25 is different to 24. So we
yes,
always should keep our ears open. So we should be careful with each section. So coming to GA, so since I
hmm,
had an integrated preparation for both RBI and NABARD, so
hmm,
RBI notifications were my always my strong point, ma'am. I was lucky that I had that RBI notifications as well as SEBI circulars in the GA. So more finance oriented the general awareness is. So it was helpful for me. The integrated preparation is. Otherwise, it's a surprising section for who focus solely on NABARD. It's going to be surprising element because we need to clear the sectional cutoff as well for general awareness. So that's very important. So yes, the integrated preparation definitely helps. Solely focusing on one particular exam, I certainly feel it brings burden to us, I would say. It deteriorates our examination performance, I would say, solely
hmm.
focusing on one particular exam. Ma'am, I certainly feel. So
Okay,
that's
so
the,
basically, your
yes,
RBI preparation helped you in your NABARD preparation as well, even in NABARD success, right?
yes, yes,
Okay,
ma'am,
so how
definitely.
did you prepare for ARD and ESI?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So ESI is more towards current affairs as well as schemes and reports. So schemes, I had watched CrackGradeB's particular series of schemes that releases for various ministries, Ministry of Rural Development, Ministry of Social Justice, like that. Various ministries are there. So I
Hmm.
watched that complete playlist of the CrackGradeB.
Yes.
So schemes were my strong point, ma'am. So my strong point is numbers. Retaining the numbers is my strong point. So
Okay.
that's one particular element that I would say that helped me in clearing the overall examination too, I would say, because in regulatory bodies, retaining the numbers play a key role.
Yes, correct.
So yeah, that comes with a bit of hard work as well. We need to be consistent every day to retain the numbers because in the schemes as well as reports as well as the current affairs from the PIB, we need to follow daily PIB current affairs. We need to make a notes if possible, or else we can have the compilation from the CGB source as well. So both are good. I would say do it from your own first and follow the CGB compilation follow. So that would strengthen our core current affairs part. So that's how I would say. So ESI was basically my strong point, ma'am. Since I had the RBI preparation as well along with NABARD, so ESI was my strong point.
Okay, so for ESI, 2 point strategy आपकी. One is that follow PIB website and supplement it with our source or with another source. And the second thing is that focus on schemes, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
let's move to ARD section. ARD is, is a subject which basically बहुत सारे students ARD से बहुत ज़्यादा डरते हैं. So how did you manage ARD section? Or
yeah,
obviously because ARD will come in your phase 2 as well. So I hope you have done the integrated preparation, right? So how did you
yes.
prepare for the ARD? Because I
ARD,
I think so.
yes,
Last year you could not clear your NABARD mains because of the ARD, right? So how did you manage this year ARD?
yes, ma'am. So AID, with respect to phase one, I would say first, it is more inclined towards static, AID static. In 40 marks, 30 marks would be inclined towards static portion, and 10 marks would be inclined towards the current part that would cover from schemes as well as PIB news. So I would say the 40 marks of ESI as well as general awareness 20 marks as well as 10 marks of ARD would be crucial. Those 70 out of 100, even excluding the ARD static, even if suppose someone is not from agri background, is not well versed with the agriculture issues. So 70 out of 100 is non-agri related, I would say. ARD static oriented is 30 marks. So you have to make your own strength. So in my case, my strength was the 70 marks. So
Okay.
AID static was not my strength. However, I focused on five topics or 5 to 6 topics, I would say, in agriculture related to agronomy, soil and water conservation, like plantation and horticulture. So 5 to 6 topics that Ashok usually mentions in the strategy videos. So I
Okay.
focused only on those 5 to 6 topics.
Okay.
That helped me in the phase one as well. But in phase two, it's a different ball game because the toughness related to objective for both ESA as well as ARD
ARD.
is different. So we need to read each and every detail in depth, I would say. Yes, compilations do help, but we need to put our own effort as well. So both the things are very important, I would say. So we need to follow the original source by ourselves as well because we never know where the questions are being framed from. From my 2 years of experience in the competitive exam preparation, I would say, like there is always surprise element in the examinations, and they're asking minute details as well these days in the objective. So especially in RBI and about these exams, we need to be consistent every day. We need to revise and yes, focus. That would help us.
Okay, so for ARD, you focused on few topics, but you read those topics in depth, right?
Yes,
And
yes, ma'am.
your basically you played on your strengths. Your
Yes,
strength was ESI, right?
yes,
And your
yes, ma'am.
strength was schemes. Your
Yes,
strength was PIB. Your strength was cramming power, right? So you
yes, yes, ma'am.
focused on, you played on your strength. So
Yes,
everyone should identify their own strength and weakness, and they should play on their strength and weakness, right?
yes,
Okay, so let's talk about phase 3. How was your interview experience and what kind of questions were asked in your interview?
yes. The interview was very cordial, I would say. So the questions related to what NABARD is doing in our area, as well as a few questions related to financial inclusion
Okay.
and NABARD business model. So those are few questions that were asked in interview. So mostly it's a personality test more than knowledge test. So
Hmm.
I felt it was a above average interview, I would say. I felt happy after giving the interview. So I expected a positive result. So yeah, thanks
How
to
did you
my
prepare for,
yes,
how did you
yes, ma'am.
prepare for your interview?
Yes, ma'am. So each step is very important. So yes, ma'am. You even know it more than me. I would say interview. How is it very important? So yes, yes, ma'am. So in interview two, I had prepared in detail about an NABARD website.
Okay.
Um, NABARD annual report. So those are the few things, and district PLP as well as state focus paper related
Hmm.
to NABARD. as well as what NABARD is doing in our area. So those are the few things that I had prepared along with. So
Okay.
each step is, yes.
Okay. Any interesting question that you can recall from your interview? Because I have seen your DAP, and it's like you have worked in Canada, then you were earning in lakhs, then you moved back to India. So maybe any interesting question that you can share from your interview.
Yes, ma'am. At the end, the ma'am had asked me about this thing, why you left Canada and why you choose the competitive exams. Why not IT? So why NABARD? Why want to join the NABARD? So those are the few questions that they have asked me. Those are the closing questions, I would say. So I felt my profile, the unique point in my profile is my returning from Canada. So
Yeah.
I would say that's my unique point. So each one has its own unique point, I would say. Play on your strengths. Don't be afraid of your weakness. Play on your strengths. Make your strength point more, I would say, more emphasis on your strength, I would say. That would help. And certainly work on your weaknesses. It gradually improves. The weaknesses are, and more importantly, I felt is handling the pressure in the exams is very important, I would say.
Oh,
So it improves our performance more than our preparation, I would say. In the examination, our awareness is very important. So handling pressure, it would boost our marks. So in RBI, so I wanted to highlight about my RBI phase one as well in the couple of items. What went wrong with me is I'd put unnecessary burden, I would say, on myself that I had badly wanted to clear RBI. So, and that pressure didn't help me at all. So I couldn't clear even the prelims of RBI because of that undue pressure that I had put on myself, I would say. So, yes, follow the process, believe in the process. So that would help us eventually. And
similar thing I always suggest to my students as well, that never make your exam a whole life. Exam is just one part of your life, right?
yes,
Okay, so Rohit, I just want you to give some good suggestions to the future aspirants. The humbleness that you have and the kind of strategy that you follow, the patience you showed. I just want you to give some good suggestions to our future aspirants.
yes, yes. So my suggestion would be believe in yourself,
Okay.
believe in God. The destiny will take us to the right places, I would say. Dreams do come true. So work hard, I would say. And while I was closing, I would like to thank my parents, my family, and the mentors like Ashok sir, as well as the faculty of CGB. They're top-notch quality. The faculty, all the faculty of CGB, I would say they're top-notch. So, and these are very important, I would say, in my journey. So, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rohit, for your precious time and all the very best for your all future endeavors. And I hope you will surely shine in your career at NABARD and you will surely contribute great things to the rural development. And all the very best. And thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.